will be making candles. We'll see what all we need for that. So firstly, get a yarn. So you do get threads that you use specially for candle making. You can get that or any thick thread would do. So today I've taken a thick thread that I had at home because it's lockdown and you can't get supplies. You can use these itself. And then you need a stick, and this will be a bridge if you're gonna make a candle in such kind of a mold. So this can be any stick. Here today I'm not going to be using colors. I've taken old crayons that I don't use anymore, so these are going to be the color for our candles. You do get color powders and gels commercially. You can use them as well. Then I have these wax pellets. So you get them in grams or you get big cubes of them also, but today I've taken wax pellets. And then here there are some molds, so you get these at shops, so you can get these different kind of mold. But today I'll be demonstrating on this mold. It is a rose mold, so you'll be seeing how we can pour it into this mold and make a candle. And you'll be needing a little bit of oil. You'll be greasing the mold with oil. Coconut oil is ideal, but you can use any oil. Then you usually scent your candles. Today I'm going to be using vanilla essence. I mean, this one got expired, so I didn't want to throw it. So we'll be scenting our candles with essence. But if not, you do get perfumes which you use for candles. So let's see what we can do, how to go about it. So I'm taking these pellets in a cup. This is a very old box. And I also have old candle remnants from the last time that I did. So we'll have to just melt this using a double boiling technique on the stove. I'll just show you how to do that. Old vessel where there's hot water inside and the water is boiling. So we'll just place this, the box with the wax inside the stove. Be very careful. And you're not supposed to do this directly in the stove because it usually burns away the paraffin. So you'll put hot water and then leave your wax inside and wait for it to melt. So we just see what we can do. Let it melt. Make sure the water doesn't enter inside the wax. Dropping in the crayons that we have. I've broken it into pieces so that it melts along with the wax. So I've added red here. Always this dark red that you see here will become a little lighter shade. So I've added 3-4 pieces here. We'll see what color it turns out. An old spoon or knife. I'm using a knife here so that you can see the color, already coming out. The crayon is melting. Like I said, you can use the powder color also. The problem is the powder colors end up giving a residue. Crayons is more better comparatively. Or you get these gel dyes also which you can use. So we'll just let this melt. In the meantime, we'll go tie a thread to our mold and come. That will be the wick for our candle. The wax is getting melted there. In the meantime, we'll just grease the mold. For that, I'm using a butt because it has many grooves here. So I'm taking a little oil to grease it neatly. And because I've taken a rose mold here and it has many grooves. So make sure you grease them very carefully inside as well. If not, it will be really difficult for you when you're going to demold rose. So the entire mold has to be greased with oil. So you do get these spray cans online which you can just spray just like in baking. But I think I'd always prefer the classical method because you don't end up spraying too much or you don't end up greasing too much more than you actually should. So yeah, now this greasing is done. I'll tell you how to add in the wick. So I've taken the wick here. It's always better to cut a little more than how much you need. So you can see the height of the candle is pretty small, but I'm going to take a pretty long wick. This will be around 10 centimeters roughly. So you can cut the wick. As you can see, the mold will be closed this way. So this is going to be the top portion of the candle, and they've already given a space here. So we'll introduce this wick through this hole in here carefully, and yeah. It'll come here, out and here. So twist it and slowly introduce it so that You can see here, it's out here. So I'm going to leave a longer one here so that you can cut off the rest. I'm going to leave the other one through this mold, and this will be out here. So what we're going to do is we're going to seal this off. How do you seal it? You have a small hinge like thing that they've given. So if you just put it and it's tight, it's good to go. It's like a box. Place it on a plate, a waste plate, and now this is where the stick that I told you comes into play. So this is nothing. This is just so that your wick doesn't move out of shape. So our setup is ready. We will add 2 drops of this old vanilla essence that I told you about to our melted wax, and we're just going to pour the wax straight into the mold. Setup is ready. Before we pour our mold, just take 1 wax pellet and seal this region here. It has a tiny opening through which we introduce the wick. It won't usually leak, but let's just ensure that it doesn't leak. Kind of seal this place and leave it on this plate, and just tighten this just before you pour the wax, and we're good to go. Just pour the wax inside. The wax is ready. I'm just going to add drops of the essence that I told you. It's just the normal vanilla essence that you use for baking. Yeah, we're good to go. Just be careful when you're dropping it, because it's very hot wax. As you can see, even the crayons has some red residues in the ending, but we will pour it very carefully so that we have already poured. You will have some spillage outside, but that can be cleared later. So we let this set for around 6 to 7 hours undisturbed. Don't move the mold once you've poured the wax. So let's just wait and watch how it's going to come out. So I let the candle set for around 3 hours now. So we'll see how we can demold it. So like I said, so these are the leftovers. I told you to seal it with the wax, right? This was the reason. There was a little wastage that happened. So now let's see how we can demold it. For that, you can have a candle. Use an old knife. It is to remove all this leftover. You don't want to scrape it with a blade or a knife, because it's easier when you heat the knife. So you can heat the knife. You should be very careful. And so you can use this to easily remove the wax that is there on the sides. Should be really careful while doing this. Too much shaking it too much might also damage what is there inside. So make sure you don't pull out the wick. So slowly remove all the wax. To smoothen the base out, again you can heat the knife, and you have to just run it through the base. The heat will melt it and make it even. All the extras that were there on the side. So we'll see how we can demold it. Carefully, just open it. Yeah, here it is. So we have our flower intact. It's dried really well. So all you have to do is give it a push from the side. Carefully push it out without damaging the rose. Here we are. Our candle is ready. So we can simply cut the excess wick that is left over. And for the sides, again, this time don't use a knife that's not burnt. You don't want to melt anything on the side. So carefully smoothen the edges, which might have any extra wax, and see how long the wick needs to be. And as per your need, you can cut the rest out. So here we are. We have done our own candle. It's pretty simple. So these candles can be used to make them float. So I'll just show you how it will look when it has to. The candles don't sink, and so they're ideal for, floating them. Let me just add in a little more flowers and decorate it and show you how it will be. So when you use different kind of scents, what you can do is, these can be used as scented candles. Yeah, here it is. So I made a small mistake. So what you can do is put the flower first and then leave the candle. For you all and show how it is going to look. So yeah, here it is, our very own candle. Please do tell what you thought about it. Meet you in another episode.